Hello everyone, myself Samyak. Today we are going to do a seminar on the topic detecting real-time deepfake videos using active my project title is live streaming deepfake detection, and these are my other group members. So why this project? In today's day, we know that lots of deepfake videos have been surfacing through the internet, news and social medias, causing misinformation, scams, and threats to personal identity, security, and politics. Need for this topic is that traditional methods fail to detect the deepfake videos, as there have been lots of enhancements in deepfake techniques recently after year 2007. Problem statement. Detecting and authenticating face swap deepfake videos where a person's identity is altered, addressing real-time deepfake threats in live streaming platforms. Existing detection methods struggle with low latency deepfake generation. Forensic AI-based technique is required for accurate and fast deepfake detection. Aim and the objective of the project. Our aim of this project is to develop a live streaming deepfake detection system as a browser extension and also a web-based platform which will detect live deepfakes on platforms like YouTube, Google Meet, and objective of this project is to detect deepfake in real time during live streaming, where the deepfakes are created at real time and projected through a video call or live streaming platform. To create a web-based platform for analyzing and verifying the media authenticity, to develop a browser extension for seamless integration with online platforms, to enhance digital security by preventing misinformation and these are the contents of my seminar: introduction, literature survey, methodology, conclusion, and references. Introduction. Let us first understand how deepfake can cause threats and frauds using examples. Although these examples are of voice synthesizers, we can further imagine how combining voice synthesizer with deepfake videos can cause even broader threats. The first example, in 2020, UAE Bank lost 35 million when AI perfectly mimicked company investments. What happened in this case was the manager of the bank received a phone call, which was a person impersonating the bank's director's voice, and the person asked to transfer some money, 35 million, for business purposes, and the bank manager had already done businesses with that person. So having a sense of trust, he transferred that money, and that led to a loss of $35 million. And similar example, in 2019, a UK company's employee also transferred to 43,000 US dollars to a person who was impersonating his company's CEO's voice. As we saw in previous as we saw in both these examples, these were just the cases of voice synthesizers. But and in previous years, since lockdown, we have built accumulate a sense of trust that if a person is video calling us, then we believe it to be genuine, and we trust that person who is talking with us. So voice synthesizers can be merged with deepfake videos to even cause more and more frauds. This is our literature review: active elimination and deepfake detection, face detection for deepfake identification, source separation and deepfake detection.
Overlaps.
Both is. I'll be talking about them in the upcoming slides.
Measured and expected use.
Let us talk about our approach to detect this defect videos. There are two types of forensic techniques used to detect the defect videos. First one is passive forensic techniques. What passive forensic techniques means is it detects the defect videos after it has been recorded. And what active forensic technique means is it detects the video while it is being recorded or created. So this, in our case, we have an advantage that a person is sitting in front of a screen while being on a video call. What advantage it gives us is while being in front of a screen, we can project illuminating patterns on the face of the person, and by illuminating those patterns, we can measure the effect of those colors. We actually project varying colors on the face of the person, and then by projecting those, we measure the effect of those colors. And based on this, we judge that either the video is genuine or a defect. Methodology. So first step for detection is active illumination. It is achieved by displaying a fixed size image on the same screen of the video call. And what we do is, as you can see in this graph, we project use on this illumination screen ranging from yellow to magenta and magenta to yellow in a circular fashion. And hue of the color can be calculated, is given by the function 0.1307 into cos divided, where h is the hue at time. And hue is constrained to the range of yellow to magenta. We have taken this color range only because the authors observed that when they took other hues from ranging from maybe green to blue, what it caused was when they varied the hues on the screen, it triggered the auto exposure feature of the video call. So it hindered in detection of the videos. And they further observed that when they used yellow to magenta range, it didn't trigger that fast. Next. Phase detection. For phase detection, we use a machine learning library, that is D library, which is built in C++ programming. What it does is it builds a bounding box around the face, and it creates 68 key points delineating the facial features and facial outline. And orientation, key points. And orientation is fitted by 4 facial key points, that is bridge of the nose, base of the chin, and 2 cheekbones. So after active illumination and face detection, what we do is, first let's understand the environment of a person sitting in front of the screen. It is the person is actually projected under 2 categories of lights. The first one is light illuminated by our screen, and the second category is all the surrounding lights. What is important to us is the illuminated light, because we are trying to measure the effect of that varying light on the face of the person. So using this formula, Ik equals to alpha S alpha A summation of Nk Lw, we try to separate those both categories of light. Let's just see quickly how we can do it.
Well, here for learning
I have to rub the. So using this formula, what we do is for separating, we are trying to separate two light categories. So what we first do is before eliminating the light before active elimination of the screen, before that we calculate the color component of the surrounding light. So in this formula, alpha A stands for active illumination force. Active illumination source. Sorry. And so before this is considered, the color component can be calculated by this form. And in this formula, this is color at pixel K, alpha S is surface reflectance color, and this is normal to the surface at pixel K, and this is light and its direction. So this is our first equation. And now what we do is we perform our active elimination on this phase, and after that this component gets added to it. So what we do is we take this same formula as it is. So it will be the same formula, and after that what we do is we divide this equation by this equation, and after we divide it, what we get is this remaining component, that is the surface reflectance color that is created by our active illumination. Measurement. Now after extracting the phase from a video frame, the RGB value of each facial pixel is divided by the average facial RGB pixel value measured with no active illumination. Each of the adjacent facial pixel values is then converted to HSV. HSV stands for hue, saturation and value, and we are assuming that saturation and value component of the color is constant in our surrounding lighting. And facial hue, HR, average hue and estimate of the hue of the active element. The circular mean hue H dash T at time T from N values HIT corresponds to pixel I in the detected phase time. So this formula gives us the actual measured hue on the face of the person. After we have calculated the expected HT and the actual measured HT, now we compare them by using Pearson's correlation coefficient. Pearson's correlation coefficient is used to correlate two linear variables, where one corresponds to perfect correlation and zero corresponds to a lack of correlation. Using this method, a short 30 frame illumination pattern can be validated with as little as 1 second delay. So results of this methods. At the largest illumination size of 13 inches, the average correlation is 0.9. As the illumination reduces in size from 11 to 3, as you can see in the diagram, the average correlation decreases significantly from 0.92 to 0.3. And it is observed that for 5 to 5 inches and greater, it is the correlation is greater than 0.5. Concluding our seminar, the authors of this research paper conclude that by displaying a simple dynamic colored square on the display and then measuring the temporal impact of the fall participant participant's face, we have extracted just one aspect of this unique imaging configuration. Limitations of this method is we have already considered the impact of lighting on the 2D facial projection, but it can be further explored to create the 3D view of the face after illuminating the object. We focus only on the face, and we focus only on the face. But a person sitting in front of the screen is also illuminated on other body parts like neck and shoulders. So we can also take those into the case. Future scope of these are because of the proximity of the all participant to the display and has a high resolution of most webcams. We nowadays we can also notice the shape of that screen in the person's eyes. So we can also add that element in our further detection parameters. Next. Beyond the visual, if the deepfake synthesis includes a synthetic voice, then an audio correlate to active illumination pattern may be used to determine if the voice is being directly. That's it.
authenticity face कसं करशील?
मॅम तेच आपण ॲक्टिव्ह जे आता जर पर्सन फेसच्या समोर
आपण काय सांगितलं तुम्ही?
या फॉर्म्युलाने आपण काय केलं?
काय
काय
ये चार पॉइंट डिवाइड केले त्यांचा फॉर्म्युला वापरला मतलब मला सांग
डिवाइड केलं
त्या अल्फा सेपरेट
अल्फा एक आहे जे आपण कलर जो स्क्रीन हे करतो ना, मग तो फक्त आपण तेवढा एक्स्ट्रॅक्ट करतो आणि त्याच्यानंतर तो जो कलर येतोय ना त्याच्यातून आपण यू काढतोय. यू त्यावाला मेजरमेंटवाला जो फॉर्म्युला आपण बघितला आणि त्याच्यानंतर जे एक्सपेक्टेड एच टी आपण आधी जो बघितला आणि मेजर्ड एच टी जो एच डॅश टी आहे ते दोन्ही जे कम्पेअर करून मग आपण ऑथेंटिसिटी हे केलं.
Have used the active illumination method.
Yes.
For real-time deepfake detection. So, could you explain the fundamental difference between traditional techniques for deepfake video detection or
traditional
which are not in real time?
As I talked, there are two types of techniques. One is passive technique and one is active. So in this case, we use active. But in case of passive, the traditional methods go for minute details like pixel to pixel, distortions and facial features.
So do you feel that different lighting conditions or other environmental factors
Yes.
may be matter in case of achieving the good accuracy in the video detections, deepfake video detections? Like real-time deepfake video detection, you need that the conditions like some environmental incidents and real-time lighting conditions, so whether they can affect the accuracy.
No, because using that formula, we are actually separating the surrounding light with the our active illumination light. So it doesn't affect the detection method.
Is it mentioned in the technical? It is mentioned in this.
डिजिटल सिक्युरिटी सांगितली.
Accuracy because of the surrounding light. It might be there, sir, but I don't recall it. I don't recall it. I don't think it's one.
Authors have mentioned their finding in terms of accuracy and effectiveness of the
Yes, but it doesn't depend on the surrounding light. It depends on the size of the illuminations.
In case of some specific types of videos like face swaps, audio manipulation, right? So do you feel that when there are more difficult to detect things with the help of active illumination?
So we didn't research. The authors didn't research much about this audio aspect. They just in the last they talked about merging the existing.
Have they mentioned any limitations about their
Yes, they have
limitations. Do you tell?
The one limitation I could recall is they didn't consider the person wearing glasses or having bangs of hair, which hinder in the detection, and also that's it.
You used only the active illumination. Passive. Passive option.
बस आता.
Multi-modal fusion माहिती आहे? No.
So do you believe active illumination can improve real time?
Yes, for sure.
Are there any subtypes of illumination?
I haven't
I know they have mentioned only active
Yes, yes.